Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition on the PlayStation 4. Well, getting ready to set up a rest stop video. Look, I did it. I've done it. I've done another 40 hours of this game, I think, and I'm ready to go for another 40. Of course, there's no way for me to know how long I've played, is there? Yeah, they're not technically keeping track of that. But I should mention that the only reason why I'm parking this video is because I got a couple of other newer PS4 games I got to get around to doing, and I got some library games I got to get around to playing more of. So I got to set this down for a while, but I'll come back to it. You know, it's Fallout. I stopped playing this game 5 years ago and I came back to it. Actually, no, it was 3 years ago when I came back to it. It was one of the first games I rented on the PlayStation, on the Xbox One. But now I have a better looking set of videos now, so I feel more confident about the content I'm going to be putting on that YouTube channel now that I have some videos that actually are in HD for this game. These beacons are okay. Apparently a lot of them help you uncover quests. Like, for instance, this quest right here. I want to say I picked up a radio broadcast that unlocked this quest. So you'll occasionally get radio signals that lead, or tapes, holotapes, that lead to other quests. This recruitment beacon is the one I turned on because I wanted to get at least one. Actually, I don't think it's my beacon. It's somebody else's beacon. But the idea is that we're able to recruit people to join our colony. Let me mention a couple of things here. The main problem that I have with the recruiting beacon is that once you turn it on, people just keep coming until you turn it off. So I turn it on only if I want to get an additional person to my settlement. The problem is that I think the happiness level of my settlement is as high as it's going to go. Yeah, Sanctuary's looking good. We were at 80 at one point, but then I think we recruited one other person here. I'm trying to remember. We have plenty of defense now, so no one should be complaining anymore. What else? I just discovered the Starlight Drive-In. No gem in the holograms, but I did find, let me point it out on the map. I swear. I literally just uncovered that. I was walking down here minding my own business. There are mole rats here, and there's a big fat, you know, pool of wastewater, radiated wastewater. So we don't want to mess around with that. The idea is that if you want to build up this level, you can. The problem is that we have to I think we have to, like, kind of seal off the area that has the radiation, the big pool of radiation there. I might show you that, but there's really nothing to show. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just an emptied out drive-in. Let's see, Sunshine's Tidings, yeah, there are a bunch of beds there, but I didn't want to send anyone there because why bother? I should mention this down here in Oberland Station. I fast traveled here, and a couple of rad scorpions just appeared as soon as I fast traveled here. This is the Game of the Year edition. Apparently it's version 1.0.9. If I'm not mistaken, it is the most up-to-date physical copy of Fallout 4 that you can buy in North America. If there's a later one, I would love to know what it is. Obviously, if you're able to go online, you can download patches for the console version. But to my knowledge, this physical disc is the only way to play Fallout 4 in physical form without any downloads. So if I bought this game for $5 at GameStop in 2019, and it's probably worth noting that if I'm going to play any version of this game, frankly, I'll probably play this version. Unfortunately, as I said, it's bugs all over the place. I would argue it probably has even more bugs than the Xbox One version I played. I'll check my footage. But there was a bit of nonsense going on where was I? Yeah, right here. The first time I discovered the Dartmouth Professional Building, it wouldn't even load. Everything was glitching like mad. You know, you couldn't even see off in the distance because it was like, you know, it was like the assets weren't loading. So you walked in here and it was like, you know, it's like you woke up from the Matrix. It's just white screens everywhere. It's like I've seen this happen in other games before, and I have proof that it happened. But of course, it's fixed now. But I have no idea what was going on with that. Now, let's see, Coastal Cottage again. I just discovered this. I mentioned this in my Xbox One version of this game. I found this by accident. You clear out a couple of Mirelurks and you're done. There's like one raider and a couple of Mirelurks hanging out in a hole underneath the cottage, and that's it. Occasionally you'll find armor. I'll show the armor in just a second.
When I was young.
Press L1, you can load. I'm here in Sanctuary. All of my companions are currently here. So we have Codsworth, a dog, dog meat. Where's dog? Yeah, there he is. He picks a doghouse and just kind of parks himself there. There are a couple of other dog houses in Sanctuary. I'm not going to point them out. I think I actually scrapped one of them. The idea is if you're looking for one of your companions, you can do this. Here's Piper, who's picking. She's picking whatever. But I found them, and Preston is my current companion. My relationship level with everyone else is as high as it can possibly go. In fact, let me just go out to here the Codsworth, and I'll show you what I mean. I think our relationship is as high as it can possibly go.
Just thinking how wonderful it'd be to get out of this infernal rain.
Hey, Codsworth.
May I accompany you, Mum?
No.
Would you like to?
Why, yes, of course, Mum.
No.
Not now, Codsworth.
I see, Mum. Another time, then.
Actually, I think if I do accompany him, actually, I think if he does accompany me, we'll be able to have a talk about our relationship.
May I accompany you, Mum?
Don't worry, Preston's gonna stay here.
Yes, Codsworth. Of course.
Thank you, Mum. Yes, of course, Mr. Garvey.
Preston didn't say anything, but again, Bethesda's gonna Bethesda. He was supposed to say something, and he was supposed to respond to it, and then Preston didn't say anything. So we'll send him to Sanctuary Hills, because that's where we are, and then we'll leave him be. Codsworth.
Hey, something you need, Mum?
Codsworth.
Another is already in the works.
Yes, he gives me free stuff. Relationship.
Are things all right between us?
Couldn't be better, Mum. Taking down the villains of the Commonwealth, helping the less fortunate. Why, it's really been quite the adventure.
Yeah, dismissed.
You should head home.
As you wish, Mum. I'll be at the homestead. Cheerio.
He just stays here. Even if I send him somewhere else. Anyway, let's get him back.
Hey, pal.
Is there something you need?
Yeah, follow me.
Come with me. I need your help.
I'm with you, General.
Yeah, I got promoted. He promoted me.
Hey.
What do you need?
Talk.
Need something, General?
Let's talk about our relationship.
How do you feel about our relationship?
Ask me again in a week or so. I'm still trying to figure out what makes you tick.
Anything you want to talk about?
Where to next?
Never mind.
That's all for now.
Okay.
Guess he didn't want to chat. Where's Piper? By the way, I dumped a bunch of machine gun turrets around here to increase our defense level. See, we have 24 defense here. We have a bunch of these guard posts, which really aren't that necessary. We got a machine gun turret here that serves no purpose, and a machine gun turret at the bridge that serves even less of a purpose.
Nothing stays hidden forever.
And by the way, sometimes the trade caravan cow will spawn itself in here and block the door, and we can't get out. So I'm probably gonna, and I can't break down the wall, so I might have to move these sleeping bags. By the way, I'll show you how to get rid of these rads, because, I mean, you can buy Rad-X, or actually, it's actually pretty cheap. There is mutant hound meat that you can make. Specifically, where is it? It's here in the workshop. Let's go down here to the mutant hounds. Mutant hound chops. Reduce radiation. Unfortunately, there aren't that many mutant hounds in this game, or at least I haven't seen that many. If there are, they're hanging around super mutants, and they're always dangerous early in the game. But if you can take them out, the mutant hounds, you can reduce your radiation for free. But that's not a problem because I bought a bunch of Radaway, which you can buy from merchants such as the ones in Diamond City, and there's a merchant who comes by here every now and then. So, there's a merchant who comes by here every now and then. I don't think she's hanging around here anymore. Pak Brahmin. That might be her. She might be over by the Pack Brahmin. Because that Pack Brahmin belongs to her. Her name is Trashcan Carla. She's the merchant who comes by every now and then. That's the provisioner, never mind. That's the person I set up on the supply line. I'll show you that in a second. I committed one of my settlers, I couldn't use one of the Minutemen settlers. The Minutemen, the named settlers you see around here, like June Long, and Marcy Long, and all of the companions like Piper and Codsworth, they cannot be assigned to that duty. But if I recruit someone, an unnamed settler, who is recruited to our town, can be put on the supply line duty. In this case, press L1, you can see the supply line that I set up between Sanctuary and Red Rocket Truck Stop. That means if I fast travel to the Red Rocket Workshop, anything I craft in that particular settlement can pull the supplies from all my linked workshops. All the supplies I have are here in Sanctuary, but because these two settlements are linked, if I am here at the truck stop, I have access to all the supplies in my workshop here in Sanctuary. So the idea is you can put all of your stuff in one workshop and then link them so that you can do whatever you need to do at any other settlement. But here's the problem, and I complained about this earlier. What's the point of having all of these settlements? Apparently at some point in the game they're going to get attacked. I haven't had to deal with that yet, and I'm happy about that. I mentioned earlier in the video that there was a problem with Oberland. There we go. Now let me mention that. There's a problem here with Oberlin where like some rad scorpions were attacking. I don't know if that counts. But the idea is that at some point, I saw this in the Giant Bomb quick look they did of this game. The raiders you'll be informed at some point in your little notifications at the top of the screen. One of your settlements is being raided. Okay, well eventually if the raiders start taking your food and stuff, the people will be less happy. I'm not worried about that, because what I'm worried about is the fact that I don't see a purpose of uncovering any of these settlements. I'm just unlocking these settlements just because, but there doesn't seem to be any benefit to me having settlements anywhere. Maybe if you're playing on a harder difficulty level, like in the survival mode, yeah, okay, fine. You might want a higher level. You might want a settlement that can protect itself, so that you don't have to run around fast traveling all the time. But at this point, Sanctuary is safe. There's a moat. It's basically in a moat. No one's gonna cross the bridge and come to us, are they? I mean, maybe it's a story. Maybe there's a story mission that will be unlocked later in the game that will allow raids to take place. But I don't want to deal with raids. I don't care about raids. It might be something to try just for funsies, but it's just a wave of enemies that runs over your settlement. You're supposed to take them out. Okay, fine. Could be bloatflies and a couple of raiders. Who cares about that? But of course they might steal your stuff. But again, that doesn't sound interesting. I can do that myself. Instead of doing like a stupid tower defense mission with settlements, I can just go out in the open world and shoot raiders. Why do I have to deal with it here? Again, it's probably just something to do. It's another dead-end mechanic that, Bethesda tends to include in a lot of its games. Let's see, anything else? Greentop Nursery, already cleaned that out. Yeah. There are some beds around the world I should probably just mention in passing. The roofs of several buildings have beds on them. So if you need a place to like recharge your health, you can go to a place like where's the Massachusetts Blood Clinic? Yeah, there's a bed right here on top of the clinic. If you go to Leighton Towers over here, there's a bed and a cooking station at the top of the clinic. There's an elevator on the north side of the building, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's either on the north side or on the east side. I think it's on the north side. They just hit the elevator up. There's some mines guarding it, by the way, but just go up to the top. There's a bed, there's a mattress right there, and a cooking station. This is an excuse for me to mention this in passing. There was a cooking station over here, I want to say, and I accidentally got rid of it, and I stored it in my workshop. You can do this. Hold the trackpad down, and you can store stuff in your workshop. Here's the problem. Not that. Take something I can store, like corn, maybe. I can press the circle button here and store it in my workshop. If I do that, it's supposed to show up as a number on the bottom of the screen that says it's stored. But apparently you're only allowed to do that if you have the ability to craft that item. You can't... Basically, I tried to store a cooking station before I had the perks required to actually
Anything
allow
I
me
can
to
do?
build it.
You just say the word.
And don't get me started on that. So here's an example. Where's the corn? Food. Not that. Food. Corn. We could build corn, but we're not gonna do that. Cancel. So I can't grab any of this corn? That's because we're already playing. There it is. There it is. So I can press the circle button to store it. Store it in the workshop and watch what happens. Food. See, there's a number 1 right there underneath the corn. So I can just plant it right here. Which is actually where I'm planting all my corn. So I can do it that way. The reason I'm storing corn, though, is that it actually is very useful. By the way, if I want to create a workstation, a cooking station, not that. It's under, what's it under? Crafting. Cooking station. See right there to the right of the cooking station, it says requires rank level 2. So basically, I accidentally stored the cooking station that was already in town, and I couldn't build another one until I became a local leader. And that's pretty deep. That's actually pretty deep in the resource, in the skill tree. Let me mention that here. Triangle. So basically, if I wanted to be a local leader, what did I need to be? Charisma. I needed to be level 6 for a level 1 local leader. But to actually build another cooking station, I needed to be level 14 with a charisma of 6. So because I accidentally stored a cooking station before I was ready to build another one, the game wouldn't let me build another one. So I couldn't store it, then build another one somewhere else, the way you just saw me do with the corn. Because normally, if I store something, I can just pull it out of my workshop without having to build it again. But because I didn't have this perk, I didn't have the ability to craft a cooking station that was already stored in my own workshop. So that's a nuisance. I wish I wouldn't do crap like that. Okay, so I guess I'm kind of rambling here. Weapons, we'll talk about that later. I favorited the weapons that I really like that I need to... Let me get rid of that. I'm able to put improved mechanics. Actually, let me show you this. See all these armors I've found around the world? I'm not going to be able to remember where I found all of them, but I'll just mention in passing. I know there was one... I found one in a workshop around here. I recorded where I found it, when I found it. I wasn't making commentary at the time. Let's see. I don't think it was there. Yeah, but never mind. But I know I found one down here. Yeah, southeast of Norhagen Beach. There's a gate here that goes to Fort Strong right here. There's super mutants here. But right here at the gate, there's a power armor parked right here. So you can actually fast travel back to Sanctuary and strip it of all of its parts. And then park it the way I did right here. So I stripped off all of the parts for this armor. Stick the fusion core in there. Which I didn't mean to do, so let's just go inside. But as you can see, there's no actual body parts here. It's just the armor. But this is okay because it actually increases my carrying capacity.
Boy, that's a lot of metal.
Just a second. So my carrying capacity without any armor pieces is 310. So I'm not going to be defended against bullets and such. But if I just want to carry something, I can just use this armor. The problem is that I don't want this power core to be available. I don't want this fusion core to be here. So I gotta take out the fusion core. Transfer. Didn't know I had so many fusion cores. So we'll dump that in here. They're under ammo, right? Yeah, here, fusion core. See? I found a bunch of these, I think, in I think I found a bunch of these inside the Dunwich borers on the far eastern side of the map. I'll show you where those are. Let's see. I think I found a bunch of them over here. That's what I said I was gonna do. Is I was gonna take I was going to take the armor with no fusion core, just kind of walk over to Hugo's hole, just kind of see what's going on, see if I can check out the radiation supply. In fact, I'll probably do that at the end of this video, just for funsies. But yeah, the idea is that you take off all the armor like this. Press triangle, press square, sorry. You can literally take off all the pieces of armor and such like that. You can strip it down to nothing.
Crazies come out.
Now I don't know why you'd want to do that, but that's what I did to all these other armors. And I stored in my workshop, so that's fine. But for now, I'm going to put all this back. Keep in mind that if your armor if an armor piece has a health of 0, see where it says 48 out of 50? It's taking some damage. If it's set for 0, it has no weight, but you also can't put it on your suit. You have to repair it before you can put it on your suit. And you repair it with steel, for instance. Press X. And you can look at all of your pieces of armor right here. Take my torso, for instance.
Sun goes down, crazies come
Let's
out.
see, press the triangle button to repair it. You can completely repair the suit, completely replenish its health. It requires steel and circuitry if you're doing the torso. But let's just say you want to repair your helmet. All you need is 4 steel. The health is 48 out of 50. But let's look at this piece of armor down here. I got a 38 out of 50. Repair requires just as much steel. So the idea is no matter how weak your armor is, it always requires the same amount of steel to repair it. Up to full health. You can also modify it. So if I want to modify my helmet with lots of good stuff.
Sun goes down,
That accrues
crazies
damage
come out.
and energy resistance. That's fantastic. Let's see, I can increase charisma if I paint all my pieces. It's kind of amusing. Increases strength with military paint. Increases charisma. Let's see, explosive shielding. That's always interesting. But is it only for explosions? Yeah, it's very
Sun
specific.
goes down, crazies
Increases
come out.
radiation resistance. That sounds like a great idea, but it requires some pretty rare materials like fiber optics and lead, which I don't have a lot of. I want to say circuitry you get from. Circuitry from turrets, automated machine gun turrets. I know give you circuitry. Maybe some exploding robots want to give you that too. Increases action point, refresh speed, and
Most
sunlight.
folks are just looking for a hand.
Photovoltaic helmet.
We gotta do
Requires
this all.
crystals though. I don't have many of those. Winterized coating increases energy resistance. Not by much. But it's cheap. It requires some plentiful materials like adhesives and such. Headlamp. I already have a headlamp here, which just helps at night. Other than that, not really that important. Recon sensors. This is something I'm going to want eventually. It requires fiber optics, though. So I have to figure out how to get these fiber optics.
I'm very successful.
I think I just need to buy goods. I just need to buy goods and services that have fiber optics, and that's the problem. We'll worry about that later. Rad scrubbers. Reduces radiation from consumed food and water, but the problem is, I never drink water. I can cook the water to get rid of the radiation that way. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the other
Back before
bits.
General
Just a
Becker
second.
died.
Transfer. So I can transfer parts from the workshop to my inventory so I can actually put it on the suit. For instance, I would use this fusion core if I'm in a hurry. Like if I wanted to steal a power armor, then just run away with it. If I bring a couple of fusion cores with me, they have no weight. So if I just walk around with fusion cores, if I run into a suit, I can escape to a safe spot and then fast travel with the suit, if it comes to that. But I found way more fusion cores than I expected, and I bought a couple of them because I have so much money now. I've been selling so many guns, like stuff like this. All I do is just sell these pistols, and then eventually I earn enough money to get a fusion core, because enemies drop these all the time. And probably start selling bottle cap mines eventually, but we'll see how it goes. Like, no, I never use melee. Why do I use melee weapons in this game? In fact, I have melee. I have, let's see, this thing right here has, inspect that by pressing the right stick. It's got a marksman stock in the middle of the list right there. It says marksman stock on the right-hand side of the screen. That marksman stock gives you extra bash power. So if you're in a fight with an enemy, you can bash them over the head with your gun by pressing R1, and you can put them on the ground. It's better than any melee attack I have. But this is not a particularly strong weapon. That's probably why it's useful for bashing. But the good news is that this pipe sniper rifle has more bullets than any gun I have. I haven't bought a single 38 caliber bullet in this game. All I've been doing is scrounging them.
Man,
It's also my main weapon, because if I'm fighting like regular enemies that aren't that strong, I can do that. I can face them that way. Craft. Okay, so what can I modify here? Increases unarmed damage if you want to punch people with your power armor. Adds energy damage to... Reduces energy access points for power attacks. Yeah, whatever. No material mod. So some of these aren't that useful, but I like the idea of having a helmet that does recon, like scans for enemies, that kind of thing. That sounds interesting. But again, the reason I don't like power armor is because they're a consumable. They're a limited resource. You're always limited in terms of how much you can use your power suits because of the power core energy. So unless you have a bunch of power cores lying around, probably not worth it. Now, I have used these to explore the dangerous part of the map, specifically this part near the impact zone. So everything you see here, southwest of the glowing sea, is irradiated. There are rad scorpions all over the place, as you would expect. But the main problem is that if you're not in power armor, then you better eat some Rad-X for some radiation protection, and you better be in a hurry. But I was just running around without a power suit, just to kind of see what happens. Oh yeah. What's really hilarious is that your companion follows you, so you're in a power suit, you're getting bombarded with radiation, and your companion's like, completely not wearing any armor whatsoever. Like, he's just running around in plain clothes. It's completely absurd. So, yeah, let me show you the cooking area. By the way, remember, I built all these sleeping bags because you need beds to hold more people in your workshop. Like here, we have 7 people, so we need at least 7 beds. But most importantly, we have plenty of food, which is what the mute fruits and the corn and the taters do. But I have too many taters, because everyone seems to be growing... No one's growing corn anywhere. Everyone's growing taters and melons and gourds and mute fruit, which I don't need at all. But mute fruit's cheap and easy. Like, it's the main source of fruit in my settlement, because every plant gives you 1 fruit towards your total. And I don't really need mute fruit. I keep finding it everywhere.
This place isn't awful.
So that's why I got this mute fruit all over the place. Just a sec, I have to hold the button down. I have to hold the trackpad down to do this. Where does it say? So you'll be able to see down here, it says, this gourd produces half a unit of food. Again, I have 12 units of food. See, this mute fruit produces 1 unit of fruit. I have a bunch of mute fruit. I got a bunch of corn. We're perfectly fine.
My old man taught
I've been
me
harvesting the
that
corn and throwing it in my workshop because I can use it to make a somewhat rare crafting material. Adhesive. For instance, vegetable starch. Corn, mute fruit, purified water, and taters. Oh, by the way, how do you get purified water? You can buy it, but why buy it? You can just cook dirty water. Now, to my knowledge, you cannot collect dirty water. Like, if I have an empty bottle, I can't just go to the river and gather the dirty water that way. The game doesn't let you do it, and it's probably just as well. It would make the game too easy. But you can cook the water here to purify it, then once you purify it, or you can just use the dirty water to make razor grain. Or you can just cook the dirty water to make soup. Some of this is pretty useful, like this squirrel stew right here. You get XP bonus for 2 hours, but you need carrots. And you need squirrel bits. And I think I have to buy squirrel bits. You can find them lying around, but I might have to buy them because there are no squirrels in this game. Because they've all been hunted down to bits. Baked bloatfly is actually pretty interesting because it gives you radiation resistance, so that's useful. Let's see. Iguana on a stick some of this stuff gives you a lot of HP, but it doesn't take up a lot of weight. So that's fine. Apparently, Mirelurk eggs have 0 value, so you might as well use them to make these omelets, which you can then sell. But you can't sell Mirelurk omelets. You can't sell Mirelurk eggs. You have to make omelets out of them. Those can be sold. I want to say rat scorpion eggs have no value either, but if you cook them into something like this, you can sell them for money. What's the other thing I usually make? Yeah, I told you about the mutant hound chops, but I don't have any more, so worry about that later. Deathclaw steak's always good. So I can make vegetable starts here. Again, I don't have that much corn. But we can make 5 units of adhesive, which you'll need for all of your mods. And I have like 120 now, so we'll be fine. But I need carrots. I'm pretty sure there are carrots on over in the garden I have over here. By the way, what's that weapon I wanted to show you? Do I have it mapped? I didn't map the sword. Let's see. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, I picked up this weapon when I dove into the irradiated pool at the bottom of the mine. Yeah, this thing right here. This thing is the greatest. Too bad I won't be able to use it for a while.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load, or
yeah, just keep farming, girlfriend.
If you need anything proofread.
Did I lose the corn? Yeah, I don't have any corn. I thought I planted it. They might have
Nights
already
like
gathered
this,
it.
A warm spot with a cold beer would be
Yeah, they've already
heaven.
gathered the gourds. So do they gather the corn too? I mean, I can always buy carrots. I mean, I don't care. Okay. So I got my cooking pot here. That's pretty much. Oh yeah, there's a science area over here. I'll show you the science area. And I guess we'll do some actual exploration a bit later. And I'll get my radiation poisoning cleared. There's a doctor in Diamond City that'll help us out. It's over here. Yeah, there it is. Near the edge of the area. Near the edge of the town. Let's see, we can make drugs. This stuff's only really useful for selling. You can sell it to make money. Otherwise, you can just keep the fertilizer for other things, I want to say. I never use this stuff because I don't want to get addicted, so I just sell it for money. I can use the money to buy stuff like RadAway or, healing items. Of course, I have like 80 stim packs now. It's actually kind of absurd. Healing. RadAway. So if I have always antiseptic is stuff like Abraxo cleaner, stuff like that. Glowing fungus you can collect out in the world. It's phosphorescence.
People can't see the big picture.
I can use it to make RadAway, which never goes to waste. If you're out in the open and you find yourself getting attacked by enemies that are radioactive. Refreshing beverage cures all rads and radiations. Requires a stim pack. It requires 2 RadAways. Okay, so that's the problem. It requires too many. Yeah, I found a bunch of blood packs in the Massachusetts blood clinic I showed you. Max health for 20 minutes. Stim packs are going to have so many of these. It's not even funny. Of course, you need blood packs for those. Rad resistance for 10 minutes. Again, I might as well just eat food. So I can save the blood packs for later. And irradiated blood is really hard to find, by the way. So I'm not going to worry about that. I can make bottle cap mines. I don't need bottle caps to make them, though. I just need Vault-Tec lunch boxes, which I'm sure I've already sold. I can buy them. I'm not worried about it. I don't use mines that much. I might end up using them when I'm fighting enemies that are running around in power armor. Because I can lay them down in tight areas and kind of get them to blow themselves up. If I know what I'm doing, anyway. I usually don't risk it. Molotov cocktails, I don't care that much about. I tried using them. They're too hard to aim. Like, whatever. I might be able to use them when I'm in VATS mode, but whatever. I'm building money. I'm building a generational wealth. Yeah, there's actually there's a radiation down there. Oh, let me switch to my really good weapon. This is my long range weapon. There we go. So that gives you some idea about what kind of range I have on the telescope of this thing. Yeah, I need a point of reference. I can grab that glowing fungus over there, but it's being guarded by some irradiated barrels, so it's probably not worth it. Yeah, I need a source of scale here, and I don't really have one. Yeah, see the cross here, the thin part of the cross is about as wide as that tire, the inner part of the tire. So let me switch to another gun and watch what happens. Switch to this one. Got a scope on this one. See, it's a lot further away. And I have one up here. I have this is my strongest sniper rifle right here. This one. Yeah, so it's about this scope is about as good. So that gives you some idea about what my options are. Because I can usually mash on the L1 button and look for enemies to show up, and if they show up in my VATS, then I'm ready to go to fight them. I got plenty of bullets here for all my weapons. Now, I had to buy some bullets for some of these weapons. I like my shotgun here. I had to buy a couple of shells. But I've been using them in tight spaces, so it's my strongest gun. Yeah, Trashcan Carla is not here, it looks like. She'll come back, I guess. Oh, by the way, I built that windmill. Windmill generator right there to power the beacon that I set up here. But this beacon was only created so I can recruit one person. I might recruit more people later. I'll figure it out. But again, there's no reason for me to recruit anyone to any other town, because I would just recruit people and send them to other towns. But what's the point of doing that? I don't know what the point is of hoarding all these settlements, really. I mean, there's probably an achievement for doing it, but can't be bothered. So I hearted all my weapons and mapped them by pressing R1. I mapped them to my D-pad here. So I'm going to want to map this tooth, R1, by pressing down below my stim pack. But again, I have like 80 of these stim packs, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, 82. I've been hoarding them, but I've never been using them, except of course in some of the really hard fights. You know, really hard death claws and such. Running away from death claws, I might need those. But if I'm not being shot at, like if I'm behind cover, I can eat stuff like this. Because this stuff is heavy, so I always bring the heavy stuff, and then eat that first, and then eat the light, and then use the stim packs. The stim packs I have plenty of. But I always try to cook my own sustenance. But I keep the stim packs handy in a fight. Like if I lose a limb because I accidentally get shot by a grenade or something, I'm going to want that. But I'm glad I found out what items are the most useful in terms of, you know, radiation resistance. And curing my radiation with mutant hound chops is fantastic. So I'm glad I discovered that accidentally. Most of this is junk, so you have to put this in my workshop. So I'll put that in the workshop. Let's see. Again, I have to figure out what materials I'm running out of.
Anything I can do?
I don't know if there's an easy way to figure that out, though. See right here, this is a Braxo cleaner, is antiseptic. But again, you can't sort by type, so whatever. Press triangle to store all junk, and the junk is now moved to that area. A couple of obvious things, like you can wear some clothes over other clothes, like this Minuteman outfit. It's being worn on my skin, and I'm wearing all this armor on top of the Minuteman outfit. This just gives me extra agility, which is good for extra action points when I'm in combat, and extra perception, which is very useful in combat because I think it allows me to target enemies more quickly and more easily. Which is also why I'm wearing the patrolman sunglasses. And what else am I wearing? I got armor here that makes me lucky. Yeah, it increases action point refresh speed, which I guess is pretty useful. I'm gonna say it's useful. This one gives me extra luck, which I guess means I get bloodier messes. I don't know if luck doesn't matter much to me, but there you get some stuff like a mysterious stranger is gonna join you.
Just say the word.
In fact, let me go over to that. Perks. Triangle. So if you go over here to where the luck is, let's see. Now I instantly gain 1 point. Learn to discover the wasted. So I get more bottle caps, which I don't care about. This one I did grab. It gives me more ammunition in containers. So I grabbed that pretty soon. This one gives me more ammunition. This one gives me even more ammunition, which I don't really need. I don't really need that anymore. 5% bonus damage, yay. Mysterious Stranger is supposed to be kind of fun because some dude shows up and lays down critical hits on you when you're in VATS mode. What happens beyond that? Appears more often. When he kills an opponent, the chance your critical meter gets filled. That's actually pretty good. You can press L1 and R1 to see when the higher levels of these skills become unlocked. Idiot savant. Randomly receive 3 times the experience from any action. The lower your intelligence, the greater the chance. Now randomly receive 5 times. Randomly receiving bonus may trigger for all kills for a short period of time. Okay, this is so weird. If you want to play that way, if you want to play with the dice rolls, you can. Better crits. Do twice as much. So what happens here? You can save a critical hit to be used in VATS. I thought I could already do this. Because I already have a crit that I used the crit constantly when I was inside that cave fighting the feral ghouls. You know, the Dunwick Boars, whatever it's called. Has a chance to restore all action points. And refill your crit meter if you want. Each has a chance of refill. Again, that's very, very... Some of these are too specific. I'm not going to worry about it. Enemies' range attack will sometimes ricochet back and instantly kill them. The closer you are to death, the higher the chance. Wow. Really random stuff. Okay, not worried about that. Someday I'm going to have to figure out which ones I wanted the most. Like this one's a mistake. I only got that one because I didn't want to keep running back and forth between the Red Rocket truck stop. Because remember, these places are linked. So if I go to the cooking station that's here, then that means I can use all of my cooking materials that are stashed back in Sanctuary. Other than that, not terribly worried about it. I want to say I do have some materials down here I need to transport back. So I guess we'll do that before we finish the video. Because I'm pretty sure I won't get into a fight. So I stored all the adhesive. I'm good. Again, there's no easy way for me to know how much adhesive I have without just coming back here and trying to craft something. Like, for instance, how much adhesive do I have? This is the strongest gun that I have. Because this is the most powerful receiver I have. The receiver determines the strength of your weapons. I have a bunch of adhesive.
Means things with
I got a bunch of oil. I need more screws. I want to say I get screws from fans and such. Let's see, screws, short stocks, sights. Some sights require nuclear material. Those I want to say, I forget what the nuclear material. Yeah, that's right. Some board games have nuclear material. Watch this. There's already have nuclear material here. Yes, I already have nuclear material. I think I collected it. I forgot where I collected it.
Nice night. Means things with sharper eyes than us will be on the hunt.
Let's see. Current mod, sacrificial blade. So you can make it weaker, or I can make it stronger. Sounds like a good idea. Make no upgrade. Yes, not do that. So it's a sacrificial blade on top of that.
Most folks are just looking for a hand.
What's the point of a serrated blade?
All we gotta do is offer.
Well, anyway. So I can actually improve that, believe it or not. Instigating. Wait, instigating? Oh, does double damage. Okay. So I might want to keep this one. So I can take this one and add a bunch of stuff to it, for instance.
Nothing stays hidden forever.
We could actually change it. We could actually give it a different kind of bullet. This bullet uses 308s. This one does less damage, but I have more of this type of bullet. So you can switch it to a completely different... You can make it shoot a completely different type of bullet. Or in this case, make it much stronger, but I don't have that many 50s, do I? Yeah, I do, actually.
Nights like this.
What do I have that shoots
warm
50s?
Spot with a cold beer would be heaven.
Improved rate of fire. Really? Not by much. Do I have anything that shoots 50s?
You better keep your mouth shut about this place. Can't trust anyone.
Yeah, I don't have a single gun that shoots 50s. I could switch this one to 50s. Make it stronger. Of course, you have to get rid of the receiver that I have. Yeah, make it a little bit stronger. And it shoots 50s
Nights
instead
like
of...
this,
So right now it
spot with
shoots
a cold beer would
308s.
be
If I can
heaven.
switch it to shoot 50s instead. Which wouldn't be a terrible idea, actually. But not with this gun. With this one, most likely. So what receiver do I want to put on here? I can put a powerful receiver. So the current rate is 34 damage on this.
Never thought a reporter
I
could
can make it
consider
powerful.
themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me?
I could probably make this shoot
I'm very
different bullets.
successful.
So that's a 51 though. So why would I use? Well, I guess I can replace. So I guess what I can do is I can replace this one with this one. Yeah, because this one does double damage no matter what if the target's at full health. So watch this. I'm gonna break this one down. And I'm gonna attach a mod here. I'm not gonna build anything. I'm just gonna attach mods.
Okay,
I already
you
have.
flash a weapon
That's some
like
good
that,
work
somebody
there.
might think you're looking for trouble.
Preston and Codsworth like it when I break down guns. Where was it? Okay, I lost it.
Hey.
I lost it when I was working on.
I'll stop complaining when there's nothing left to complain about.
Yeah, this one. So we got a long barrel. Take it off.
What's the angle here?
We'll keep it here. We'll keep it
This
here.
place
Standard
is
stock.
starting to look like a proper home,
Yeah, standard's
thanks
fine.
to you.
Long scope. Take it off. We'll give it glow sights for now. No muzzle. Okay, so we got this one. Need to give it a longer barrel, actually. Yeah, give it the long barrel. Perfect. Standard grip. Nope. Sights. What kind of scope? Yeah, attach the long scope. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Better receiver. 51. Yeah, give it a calibrated. Yes, I'm going to attach the mod I already have. Long barrel, standard grip. Makes it a little bit more accurate if I build a better grip. We'll keep that for later. It's at 101 accuracy right now. It's a dice roll, same as usual. Okay, let's see. We can add a bayonet to reduce
Sure,
the
let
range.
me just
I don't
stop
know
what
if
I'm
we wanna
doing to
do
talk to
that.
you.
Does the other gun have a?
I'm being
No,
sarcastic.
it doesn't have a
Leave me
muzzle
alone.
on it. Yeah, does the other one? Yeah, the other one does not have a bayonet on it, so that's good. This one's good then, right? Yep. So we've officially replaced the other gun. So we took our old gun and made this one instead. So that's how you do that. You can also scrap this one completely. I don't get much. I don't want to scrap it while I get copper from it, but I usually don't get much if I scrap these guns. I might as well just sell it. So let me get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, attach the stub barrel, so I can use that for another gun. Attach a standard receiver, so I can use that for another gun. Take the glow sights, attach the standard sights, use that for another gun. So this weapon has been completely stripped. So I can get rid of that. So I can get rid of the heart that's next to that. So you got to see me break down a weapon, so I'll give you some idea of how I do this. So I broke down a weapon to make another weapon with an innate quality, a favorite. So this one's now a favorite. This one is now trash. No, don't favorite that. How do I unfavorite that? How do I make it not a favorite anymore? Well, I can always put it in my. I can also press the left stick to sort it by different values. So see where it says L3 sort at the bottom of the screen. L3 sort, L3 damage, rate of fire, RNG. I think it's range. Accuracy, value if you want to sell it, and the weight. So you can sort it by different values. So this one we're going to stash in our workshop. Okay, Preston's trying to talk to me. Give me a second. Get rid of that. By the way, our companions here are pack mules. Go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
When we first met, I admit, I had my doubts about you, but you've done nothing but impress me. You're just who the Minutemen needed to bring us back from the brink.
Thanks.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you.
You've probably realized by now how important the Minutemen are to me. When I was a kid, the Minutemen were my heroes. They were the only good guys around, really. When I turned 17, I joined up with Ezra Hollis's company. He was one of the good ones. Really believed in the old-time Minuteman way. We had a few good years there. I felt like I was part of something bigger than me, Like I was really helping make the Commonwealth a better place.
It sounds like you were really making a difference.
I think we were. I know we were. But obviously it didn't last. I'm sure there was a lot I didn't see or know enough to pay attention to. You know, the politics and rivalries and bad blood between the different groups. I guess General Becker was able to keep a lid on it, keep everyone more or less on the same team. But after he was killed, it all came out in the open. I couldn't believe it at first. These guys were supposed to be Minutemen. They were supposed to put their duty to the people ahead of everything else. You probably think I was pretty naive, huh? I guess I was. Still am, too. Even after everything, I still believe that the Minutemen can be what I always thought they were. The good guys.
We are the good guys.
We're doing our best. And a lot of it has to do with your example. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, thanks. Anyway, I appreciate you taking the time to listen.
Anytime, Preston.
Thanks. We'd probably better get back to it. The Commonwealth's a lot bigger than I realized.
See? So our relationship got better. That's how we do that. Oh, you have to get rid of this. Once I take off the mods, I have to store them. Otherwise, they take up weight. Nope. Cancel. Store. Those things take up weight. The ammo does not, at least, except for, I think the big missiles might. But I want to say ammo usually doesn't take up any weight. Using shells for shooting. And the video's about to end, so let's set up something really quick. I think we're good for this. Oh yeah, if you put on, if you need more charisma when you're ready to sell stuff, put on your glasses, put on your red dress, your pompadour wig. They're the lightest charisma enhancers that I have. So you get better prices when you sell stuff. Like a gun that normally costs 10 gold or 10 bottle caps costs 13 if I'm wearing all the charisma improvements. Increases my charisma from 6 to 10, so I think it's worth it in the long run, because it means I'm getting a lot more money than I would otherwise. And it means I'm saving money on the stuff I buy too. Let's see. I forget which one of these is the least important. I took intelligence. I probably didn't need that. I mean, I like the idea of getting a bunch of intelligence. I'm getting more experience when I shoot stuff. That's probably not that big of a deal. Okay, so what are we going to set up? We're going to set up this. Yeah, I set up, let me get Piper and him together. Oh yeah, I can also sleep for an hour to get all my health back. Sleep for 1 hour. And I'm well rested because I was sleeping in a bed that I own. Or at least I think I was sleeping in a settlement that I've occupied. Let's see. It's listed right here. Perks. Down here at the bottom. Well rested. I earn 10% experience for a limited time. You can also sit in the All-Faith Chapel in Diamond City Market. There's an All-Faith Chapel there. It's basically a church. And if you sit in the pew for at least an hour, actually, if you sit in the pew, you get a boost to your experience called Moment of Quiet Reflection. It increases the experience you earn for a limited time as well. So you might be able to stack both of those. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Is my happiness going up or down? I can't tell. Get in here, dude. Press the right stick to stand up. So this am us. Piper and the troop. It's a creepy picture, but we'll make a new one right here. So I'm making a bunch of manual save points, documenting the progress I've made as far as like all the suits that I found, or in this case, the companions that I found. So I found Piper and Preston. If I have Preston as a companion, that means I've made it reasonably far in the game. Not terribly far, but reasonably far. And of course, I got my rack of suits. So I'll show you a couple of things before I end the video. There's Trashcan Carla.
Yeah.
So I can sell a bunch of stuff over here. Watch this before we end the video. Let's see. I can put on my good stuff. Gotta look the part. Yeah, I got my wig, got my red dress on, so gotta take off all the other stuff I'm wearing the dress. And the black rim glasses give me more charisma. See? More charisma. Still wearing my armor though. So pick stuff like this that I can just sell, like my 10mm pistols. And what else? Some of these calibrated things I can sell too. Sell all my melee weapons. Or you can do stuff like this. We can just go here to the workshop, click on the left stick and sort everything by weight, or in this case, value. Like, what's the most expensive stuff I have here? I'm not selling my wedding ring. Maybe later, just not now. Sell short combat rifles. And let's see what else. Something that I have multiples of, not my armor pieces, of course. Yeah, these quick calibrated hunting rifles, sell those. So stuff like this. Just sell a bunch of it. Let me see what these rifles give me, by the way.
What are you
Probably break them down. Standard everything. Short hunting rifle, standard everything. So you don't have to worry about that. We can just sell them. So that's how that works. So go over here. We'll finish up the video by selling this stuff.
Hey, Carla.
Back again? Time to do business?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
Dress. I mean dress. Okay, pistol. Sell all these. She has limited bottle caps, so I mean, eventually I've got to buy some stuff from her so she can afford to buy the rest of the stuff. But I just sell this stuff for quick money that I can use to buy stuff I definitely want, like ammo. See, she's running out of money, so watch what I do here. And I can buy carrots. They're kind of expensive. I can buy corn. They're kind of expensive, but you know, like I said, I'm selling stuff to buy it, so whatever. No mutant hound meat. That's unfortunate. Purified water. See, I can buy some more Radaway. Not a lot. And I can buy squirrel bits. Let's see. Not the junk. Yeah, I can buy ammo here. So what ammo do I need? I need 308s. Not a lot here. I don't need 45s. I don't really need 10mm anymore. She's not selling any fusion cores. She sold one earlier, which I thought was hilarious. Don't know where she found that fusion core. Okay, so I bought some ammo I need. Any other aids I can buy? Probably buy another Radaway if I have to. But we'll lower the value of this stuff by selling her some more stuff. Okay, we're not selling her any apparel. Okay, so we're good. Accept it. That's how you make money in this game. And that's how I buy all my ammo and all my
Life's still ain't
Radaway.
perfect, but we're surviving.
So let me put on my crap. Yeah, Dirty Army helmet with the jumpsuit, Lucky Metal leg, Mighty Man outfit. So no jumpsuit. That's for radiation protection in case I need it. Perception. Pocketed. Metal chest piece. Yep, that's everything. And of course, if the stuff is pocketed, that means you have a greater carrying capacity. You do that over here, by the way. In fact, let me bring out some leather. I'll show you how I do that. Where's my leather? I have a bunch of leather I probably don't need. Need to sell that. Someone has leather. Yeah, let's take some. Let's look at all this leather I got. It's absurd. I can sell this for money easily. Okay, leather. Crap. Actually, I could transfer it. I could have transferred it from there, so never mind. Didn't even have to waste my time doing that. Scrap that. And why am I scrapping all this to make leather? Well, because I don't really need it. I can use it to make other stuff. But more importantly, I can use it to add pockets to all my good stuff. See, this is pocketed. You need leather to make these pockets. But I have plenty of leather now, so that's not a problem. Deep pocketed. But I need to be a rank level 2 armorer. I'm not going to worry about that. This stuff right here, I'm a level 1 armorer now, but it just makes my armor slightly better. Like, not significantly better, just slightly. So, whatever. Any other materials I really need? I want to say no. I might need some more cork. I don't know where to find cork around here. Ballistic fiber.